Hola amigos, Desolator Magic here, y estoy practicando mi español porque estoy aprendiendo más con Duolingo. But that's just how you become numero uno Latino magic YouTuber en el mundo. But speaking of things that have absolutely nothing to do with what I just said, Eli Schifrin posted the comprehensive rules changes on January 10th. Yes, I know it's the 23rd, shut up. And yeah, some of these rule changes are subtle and some of them are going to be controversial, we'll say. So the first one, let's just say I'm not convinced Eli wrote this. I think he may have a ghostwriter and I think his name might be Blake. So the 111.10c rule is the rule that defines a gold token, like how it has a brand new subtype and a mana ability and 79 electrons. Keep in mind that gold tokens boil around 3000 Celsius, even though this isn't written in the rules, so try to keep them out of direct sunlight if you're playing in Arizona. I mean, even at about a 3 out of 10 for them jokes, that's still miles ahead of Blake Rasmussen, so I take it back. But Eli, don't quit your day job. So yeah, there had to be like Oracle text updates, rule updates, like they're acting like gold tokens just changed the fabric of the multiverse. I mean, it's all over the place. I'm not going to make a video on the Oracle text changes because it was so much I don't care in one concentrated article. I just couldn't be bothered. So moving on to 205.3, oh I know, a crowd favorite. Among the list of subtypes, we've got a lot of new stuff, albeit less than Throne of Eldraine had, that's true. Demigod and Tentacle joined the list of creature types, despite a lack of tentacled demigods in the set, that's a shame. Gold joins the list of artifact types, and that's why, like, seriously, this is somewhat significant, the whole gold thing. And Calyx joins the list of planeswalker types. Do you feel like the name just shouldn't have been a type? You know, now that it's completely meaningless because you used to not be able to have like two Jaces in play at the same time, even if they were different. No, now you can. So the like subtype or supertype or whatever of their name means absolutely nothing. Oh, I guess except for cards that say like a Jace Planeswalker, as in any of them. But still, kind of dumb and tedious to have to update that constantly. So the next one is Rule 669.69. All Magic players are no longer allowed to be white. If you're white, you can no longer play the game unless, and this is B and C, by the way, of the rule, you are a female or you are gay, because, and this is like B subsection 1, your literal skin color is considered to be rainbow if you're white yet gay. Luckily, I don't consider myself to be white because, similarly to with the Jewish folks, I'm a quarter Irish and, well, they were discriminated against at least twice in history, so, there you go, I'm not white. Also, as stated in past videos, I identify as a black woman. Now, section C of this rule, this one's pretty bad. All current white players are required to report to concentration camps because they are responsible for everything wrong with society, and we all need to blame them for everything going wrong currently. That's going to ruffle some feathers. I think they went a little far with that rule revision, but we'll see. Now, they thought about extending it to white people and police, but then Wizards of the Coast stated, and I quote, even we're not that dumb. So moving on to 702.102, he states, now this one's a change with an exclamation mark. While working with adventurer cards, we examined them next to split cards and morph cards, and were okay with how they all lined up. Bestow cards, however, were sitting off to the side, but they wanted to live in the same space in terms of how you determine if it's legal to cast the card as an aura. Now they do. This is only a functional change in some very deep edge cases, as the existing rules about how to consider casting time choices that change characteristics of the spell made almost all interactions work the way they still do. So probably when it comes to like bestow free assignment and bestow free casting and like permanent dropping for free and like weird stuff like that, it works a little bit differently now, otherwise not much changed. And by the way, bestow, one of my all-time favorite mechanics. The creature's so nice you gotta kill him twice. What about persist? Persist. I said twice, not once for every time you can put a +1 counter on it. Then we move on to 702.137. There should be a new rule about a new keyword here, but it's missing. How strange. Okay, for f***'s sake, Eli, what is the rule? You're probably making some stupid puns, some stupid reference. I don't even know what the rule is. Can you just write the damn things like a lawyer wrote this? Okay, seriously. This asshole's gonna make me look it up, isn't he? Okay, 702.137, escape. It's just literally the word escape. This isn't even a rule, it's just the word escape. Anyway, 702.137a, escape represents a static ability that functions blah, 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 B, C, D, bunch of subsections, but I'm not gonna read this bullshit. Okay, if you're interested in 3 subsections, of which there are 7 subsections, explaining in excruciating detail about specifically how escape works or doesn't work or whatever, go for it. I'm not going to. And finally, we have 805.4d. In games with shared team turns, usually two-headed giant games, multiple players share an upkeep. Previously, we said that if something triggered at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that ability would trigger multiple times. After all, if the ability went on to refer to that player, it'd be pretty weird if it did that just once, which, yeah, that is not how that works. Cards like Bottled Cloister, which, by the way, says, wow, that mouse over is not working. There we go. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, remove your hand from the game face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, return all cards removed from the game with Bottled Cloister to your hand and draw a card. Okay, that's going to be an overlooked but awesome card. So cards like that did not refer to that player got to be pretty weird instead. This new rule supports the multiple triggering when the triggering ability goes on to refer to, quote, that player. But in a change of functionality, these abilities no longer trigger multiple times if they don't refer to, quote, that player or similar. Now things are just pretty and not weird. So what did they actually change at a technical level? I have absolutely no idea. I read this 4 times and cannot make one damn ounce of sense out of it. And the card that they gave as an example has nothing to do with what they just said, so fantastic. My beef is with the addition of the in parentheses or similar, because wasn't that the problem? To cut out all the nonsense, what he said was, if a card says at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, it triggers multiple times because you have multiple opponents. Cool, that's the same. Then if an effect says that player, then it also goes off multiple times because they're referring to that player and that player, like everyone affected, like as if you were playing 4-player multiplayer. So that'll make sense, but then they said the change is these abilities no longer trigger multiple times if they don't refer to, quote, that player or similar. Well, they're not all worded consistently, so I don't know if they accidentally included those, or do they mean that cards that only refer to the opponents first and are referring back to that initial reference, only those go off multiple times but the rest don't? Why would anybody think when it says that player, not plural, and it's not referencing multiple opponents, which probably should have been phrased those players, so now even I'm confused. Why would anybody think it would go off multiple times? I mean, what was the rule before? So I have no idea what they did or changed or what the intention was in 805.4d, but I would just keep playing it the way that makes the most sense logically, despite what the words and pronouns appear to refer to. So those are all the rule changes. Which one was the most controversial and disruptive to the game in your opinion? I wonder. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.